Oh, there we go. Okay, I think there are two people on here. If you're on here, can you leave a comment so I can make sure you guys can see this? Because this is my first time doing it. And I want to make sure moving forward, everything is on the up and up. But in the meantime, just know that we'll do all of our lives here. We'll do workouts here. So make sure you subscribe. Let me make sure my mic is on. Yeah, it's on. Okay. I'm going to text Tiffany and make sure, because I know she's on here.
I'm gonna put it up from my phone, from my computer.
I'm just doing trial and error, guys. So just hang tight and then we'll get right into it. Let me see. Okay, Felicia said she can hear. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that, because I was definitely texting to see. Okay. So pretty much this live is about staying at home, being in the house, and being able to work through this whole lockdown situation without overeating, and getting overwhelmed with having access to food all day. So for those of you that are on live, what are the things that you guys are struggling with right now as far as what you're eating or what you're not eating, what you're not getting enough of? Are you cooking? Are you ordering a lot? What's your biggest struggle right now? And it can be anything from like sweets to junk food, from just eating at random times throughout the day, just eating when you're bored, because a lot of people right now are eating when they're bored. So that's one of the main issues. And like I said, my goal is to just create a platform for you guys to eat healthier and to find creative ways to where you don't gain a lot of weight during this time. Um, and while you guys chime in on the comments with things that you're struggling with, I'll go back and forth and answer those. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is snacking, because that's the biggest area right now, because we're in the house, we have access to the kitchen, and we're snacking all day, especially those of you with kids. You're snacking on the same things that they're eating. So with snacking comes sweets. With sweets comes sugar. Sugar goes here to the midsection. So some creative ways that we found to kind of cope with that, we've been doing Greek yogurt and granola. At first, I didn't really like Greek yogurt. It didn't taste the best. But mixing it with like a granola you can get from Publix or Whole Foods or even Sprouts, Fresh Market is one of our favorite places to shop. That can kind of help with your sweet tooth. The Greek yogurt that we usually get is anywhere from 80 to 110 calories and no more than 10 grams of sugar. So that right there alone is going to help you with your snacking and your sweet tooth. You add the granola, it doesn't add that much, maybe another 7 to 8 grams of sugar, but not a lot. So I would suggest doing that. And then it keeps you full. That's the best thing about it. You eat Greek yogurt and granola, you'll be full for at least the next 2 or 3 hours. So it'll kind of help you from eating chips and candy bars and all that kind of stuff, ice cream throughout the day. Yes. Okay. So that is a struggle finding vegetables right now, just because of what's going on. You might have to go to canned vegetables, which has helped me a lot. I do a lot of the Italian green beans. I just drain the water off of them, and we use our own seasoning accent instead of salt, or either do the pink Himalayan salt and just season it however you want. And you can do the green beans, like literally on the stove top in a flat pan, almost like blackened. So do what you got to do, even if they're frozen. If you can't find any fresh vegetables, it's okay in this situation to go with canned vegetables. You know they're going to last 2 to 3, 4 weeks, even months if you have to. So I would go to something like that. I would stay away from carrots. The only thing I would do canned are green vegetables. You can even do cabbage in the can. They have the seasoned cabbage too, so that's pretty cool. Um, as far as other snacks that you can do what I call apple cookies. You get apples and you slice them. You put almond butter or peanut butter on top. You can add chocolate chips on the top. You can top it with coconut, walnuts, or peanuts. Eat those instead of eating actual cookies, or eat those instead of eating candy bars. It's still a fruit, a little bit of sugar, but it's not as much sugar as a normal candy bar or a roll of Oreos or something like that. So that's a good substitute as well. Um, I really want to challenge you guys to portion control as well. Know your portions and count your calories. So there's 2 really cool apps that I use. Um, One of them is Lose It. I'm trying to see if I can find it on here. All right. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like that. It's called Lose It. And you can literally put in the amount of calories you want to eat a day, whether it's 900, 1500, 1200. And it usually has any type of food that you want. You plug it in. You can even plug in the activity you do for the day. That'll kind of help you stay on track. Even if you want to start your eating between 1 p.m. and cut it off at 8, it'll help you control your times during your fasting as well. So Lose It is a really good app. There's an app called Keto, Keto, that is really, really good. I use that one as well. And then, of course, you have My Fitness Pal. I like My Fitness Pal, but there's just so much connected to it. I can't keep up with it. So I have to use something that's simple for me. And a lot of these apps are connected to your watch if you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. So that's the good thing about it. But Lose It is my top app that I use if you have an iPhone, and I'm sure they have it on Android as well. So if you guys have any questions about the apps, leave that in the comments as well. That'll kind of help you help keep you on track. During this 7-day challenge, I would challenge you to 1,500 calories or less. If you really want to go hard, do 1,200 calories or less. And that just needs to be your cutoff. And I would do your eating hours between 1 to 8. So that'll give you a good 7-hour period to where you can eat, portion control, and drink plenty of water. If you are a nurse or if you work in the medical field and you have to eat overnight or your hours are crazy, just create a 7-hour block for your eating, no matter what time it is. But if you're at home, you're working from home, I would suggest that you do those hours between 1 and 8 o'clock. As far as water intake, the next 7 days, that's all you need to drink. No green tea. Don't add any Crystal Light. Only thing that I would suggest you do a shot of apple cider vinegar if you have it. Do a glass of orange juice in the morning and a glass of orange juice at night before bed, simply because you need your vitamin C at this time. You need to have a strong immune system. So that's the only thing I would do. Other than that, water throughout the day. Portion control. If you have a food scale, great. For your meats, I want you to concentrate on chicken and fish. That's it. If you do not eat meat at all, don't even worry about it unless you do tuna. I know some people don't do meat, but they'll do like a fish or a tuna. You want to do 8 or 6 ounces when you're doing your tuna, when you're doing your fish, when you're doing your meat. On your vegetables, you want to do anything from half a cup to a cup, nothing more than that. So let's do another rundown. 7 days, you're going to fast up until 1 p.m. That's when you're going to start eating 1 o'clock. You're going to cut your eating off at 8. So that gives you a 7-hour window. If you work overnight or a nurse in the medical field, find a different time slot to do your 7 hours. Water only. No coffee, no tea. Only thing you're adding is apple cider vinegar in the morning, whether that's the shot or the pills. Or you can even do, you can mix it with your orange juice that you take in the morning and your orange juice at night. That's the only time you're drinking any type of juice. And I know you guys are wondering, well, what about liquor? What about wine? Here's the deal with that. If you're going to drink, because I know all of us probably stressed out, you want to have a cocktail or two, save it for the weekend. So if our 7 days starts tomorrow, save your glass of wine or your liquor or whatever it is, save it for Saturday and Sunday. If you do wine, try to do like a dry red, try to do a dry white. The sweet reds and the sweet whites are going to have more sugar in them. If you do liquor, you want to top it with a like a Crystal Light, something that doesn't have sugar in it. Or a lot of people are going to the Trulies and the White Claws, which is the sparkling vodka. So it's kind of like spiked water. Those are really good. They have no sugar and they're very low in calories. Some of them are like 80 calories. So those are really good. But save that for the weekend during these 7 days. So Candace, I wouldn't do Diet Coke. I just wouldn't. Not doing the 7 day challenge. If you have to wean yourself off of it, go to Coke Zero and then slowly wean yourself off of that. Only because it still has the artificial sweeteners, just like the Crystal Light and all that stuff. And that stuff is just as bad for you anyway. So I'd rather you just drink water. If you really want to see some real results really quick and you want it to stay off. But I don't want you to go through a period to where you're having headaches and you spazzing out. So I'm not sure how many Diet Cokes you're drinking a day or in a week. Let's just say you drink 2 a day. Take it down to 1 a day until you can slowly wean yourself off of it. So that's what I would suggest. Because I know it's kind of hard to just go cold turkey. I'm not going to ask you to do that. So I get it. But eventually, no Diet Coke, especially when we go into the next week of challenges. So, does everybody have a clear understanding of how this 7 days is going to go? Water only. You're fasting up until 1 o'clock p.m. Then you go back on at 8. You're drinking your orange juice before bed. And when you wake up, you're doing your apple cider vinegar. You're doing green vegetables only, fish and chicken. If you do not eat meat at all, stick to green vegetables. You can do salads. The main thing I want you to stay away from is carrots, because I learned from my coach, carrots, too much sugar. I know it sounds crazy, but carrots do cause your sugar levels to go up. So no carrots. You want to do green beans, you want to do broccoli, you want to do cabbage, stuff like that, spinach leaves. If you decide to do a salad, it's okay to do any type of dressing. You can do the vinaigrettes. You can do a homemade dressing if you want. You can do a light ranch, something like that. Any of the dressings, they don't have too many carbs in them. A lot of them have the good fats and the oils that you need. So if I don't have orange juice, yep, you can take vitamin C pills instead. You don't have to do orange juice. You can do lemon water. You can do a multivitamin. You can do a, what is the vitamin that I take that I keep? I always forget it. It's in the bedroom. I should have brought it in here, but it's a really good vitamin for the immune system. It's like a gummy. So I take those. You can do grapefruit as well too. Let's see. Do y'all have any more questions at all about any of this? And I do want you guys to inbox me on Facebook if you decide to do the challenge, because I want to hold you guys accountable and I really want you to see what you can do when you just change the small things in your diet. Just the small things. Especially adding water. Water is a game changer. I know it sounds very, very minimal, but it will change your life and you will lose so much weight just by eliminating Diet Coke and coffee and drinking water. I think that's everything. So is everyone clear on what we're going to do for the next 7 days? Make sure you take pictures. Make sure that you weigh yourself. Don't get discouraged. Don't weigh yourself every day. Just the day. You can weigh yourself tonight. You can weigh yourself in the morning, and then do it on either the 6th day or the 7th day, just so you can know where you are. And then we're going to go into another challenge after this 7 days. So hopefully this time will get you back on track. So when all of this is over and we go back into the real world, we have some type of foundation, because everything has to start with a foundation. Um, yes, you can do fruit. Good question. I forgot to touch on that. You can do apples. You can do oranges, obviously. Um, the only fruit I would really stay away from really are bananas, because those are the ones that have the most fruit. I mean, I'm sorry, the most sugar in them and carbs. But any type of berries, those are fine. And most of the Greek yogurt that we do has strawberries and blueberry anyway. So fruit is totally okay. Just stay away from bananas and pineapple. Those two have a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs. I think I answered everything on there. I'm still trying to learn this whole YouTube thing. But I think you guys will do really, really well. I think if you really stick to it and use this time wisely to kind of find your inner healthy self, you'll stay on track, and it'll be easy for you to get back in the real world and not have to worry about fast food and backsliding on your healthy and fit journey. Of course, I'll be posting all of my workouts here, at home workouts, so you guys can see those. We've got the live twerk party tomorrow night that'll be on the Facebook page. I think most of you guys are already in that group. So I'll leave this video up. I think I can leave it up for a couple of days so you guys can go back if you need to be accountable. Um, I'm glad that you guys understand everything. I'm glad that you guys are excited to take this journey and, like I said, utilize this downtime to do something positive. So, with that being said, tune in for more workouts this week. Um, any questions, any topics that you guys want me to touch on, I'll try to do at least one or two lives between today and Sunday. So I'll probably have another one up midweek. Just let me know what you guys want to discuss if you have any more questions, and we'll go from there. Until then, I will see you guys on weigh in 7 days. Smooches.